So, in these tactics videos, I keep trying to talk about some kind of theme or different way to approach it. One was talking about here's the move I'd like to make, how can I justify it, how can I make it work? And that's pretty good at solving problems. Another thing is just looking at checks and captures is going to be a huge help in solving problems. And another is to try to figure out what are the cues in the position that indicate that a tactic is here. And I think that one's really important, especially because I don't think solving tactics is just useful for your tactical vision. I think it's useful for your strategic vision too. It really gives you a feel for I do not want to be putting pieces on loose squares. In this position, b3, this rook is looking a lot looser than it was a turn ago. And when you do a lot of tactics problems, you start to get this awareness of hey, maybe b3 is loosening. I don't want pieces on loose squares. And indeed, I have check and take the rook. And rook c2, again, a piece is on a loose square. And you kind of get this sense of safety to your play. And I think it's really useful. I think doing tactics is not just good for your tactical play. I think it is also good for just your general play, your general sense of which moves are safe, what puts a piece on a vulnerable square, but more generally, what makes a weakness? When am I not keeping pieces near my king? And I find when I do tactics puzzles, I'm not always sharper with tactics in games, but I do really get this strategic boost. Yeah, oops, this was a bad mess up. And this feeling of where my pieces belong, I think, is really enhanced if you do a lot of tactics. It's hard to do a lot of tactics and not get a feel of what awkward pieces look like. And most tactics, as you see here, checks and captures, but also forks, pinned pieces, all that kind of standard stuff. And just getting a feel for when pieces are vulnerable to that kind of thing is so critical. So I don't know. I don't. This isn't really guidance on how to solve tactics, but I think it's. Do I just get mated? Oh, I take queen. I just think they're useful to do even if your goal isn't tactical solving. I think it's just good practice of where the pieces should be. And I think that's worth doing. Took too long on that one. So anyways, that's my little spiel about the joy and use of tactics. A7. Yeah, they can't stop the queen. Ooh. I guess here. In conclusion, somehow, I think, despite people saying chess is 99% tactics or 90% tactics, and giving all this advice of study tactics, just study tactics. I'm not seeing this one at all. Yeah. Alright, not a good score on my first go while talking, but that's totally okay. But that it's also useful in just, what you should be doing with your pieces. When pieces are disconnected, this position immediately, I think, their queen's kind of awkward. Can I trap it? Can I play the rook from the 7th to the 2nd row? But I thought they just escaped. And then the next one, probably the move is queen b2, because I have this rook on the 7th and I can double there. All right, score is 29. Incidentally, Altitudinal Duck is my second account, but Messy Answer has defeated me for high score of the day. All right, let's do another. This time I will try to just solve instead of talking so much. I can just take that. It's funny because at the start of a tactics problem, you so instinctively look at your pieces and the attack, not at, did they do something? So it took me a while in that position to see, aha, they're actually playing a check. I don't see that instantly. That's not the first place I look, because I'm looking for checks and captures. I'm looking at ways to immediately attack them. And thus, defensive maneuvers aren't necessarily Or just like responding to a check. I guess take this way so I can then take there. And you can get the pawn on g6 after the sack. You always have to sack the bishop. 8 and 2 because of the pin. These pieces look very awkward to me, and yeah. How do we stop their king running? We don't need to. So yeah, I think solving tactics is really good for tactical reasons, but also good for a kind of be better at where pieces belong. I am repeating myself, but when you're trying to solve while talking, yeah, take first. When you're trying to solve while talking, you don't think so clearly, and I thus say the same things over and over. I guess distract and then make the queen. If I take, knight f3, so instead I'll take this way. Can I take here? Yeah, because the queen's pinned to coming down. I didn't see that my queen was defended for a bit, which is why I took a little on that one. Rook d5. Yeah, awkward pieces. There's so much of tactical solving. I think, wow, I'm just not seeing a lot of things. Queen d, well, no, the queen covers it. Queen b2 is the move, yeah, forking rooks. And their king can't really stay connected to their rook, or I guess I can win it this way. I guess set up the mate. Okay, delay it. And then queen g2, not knight takes f4. Because mate is better than, winning the queen. There's the famous quote from someone or other of, that worked, that if you can win the queen or checkmate, you should always win the queen. Because, if you miscalculated the checkmate, you just lost the game. And if you win the queen, you're going to win the game. But tactics, blitz tactics is going to punish you if there's a mate in one. I feel like I was saying something and now I've lost it. All right, let's just solve tactics. Check, 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 mate. Remove the defender, okay. Check, and this is a mate as well as winning the rook. The knight's pinned, so I just win it. This tactic, I get a bunch in the Scotch 4 knights. I guess I can hit the king away before taking the rook. Trapped piece. Check forces the king to an awkward square. Yeah, I want to take g2. Take on d4. I just have more attackers than they do defenders. Queen f2 looks pretty good. Oh no, I'm going to have to find the best mate. Always a disaster. Okay, good enough. Can I just take on c4? Hanging piece. Fork. If the king blocked the pawn, I had ef2. I can just take that. Okay, check and mate. Maybe queen f8? Yeah, because rook f7 to follow here. Okay, I thought they'd play king d7, then I have rook f7. They're going to make me play this out to mate. Okay, I can do that. Bishop e4 skewers the queen to the rook, but I got to trade queens first. Really easy to just automatically make the second move and lose the game. Huh, I guess I have to take, and I suppose their knight's trapped. Does rook f5 trap the queen? Yeah. Bishop c5 and their king has no squares. I can take that and then take this. I want d4, d5, yep. Their king is lacking squares. Yeah, because I'm coming in on g7. Queen takes h3 and d3 is mate. f4 disconnects the queen from the bishop. in-between move, I guess. This bishop looks loose, and this rook looks loose. But I don't see how to attack them both. Ah, their queen is also awkward, because I forked the queen and rook. HG6, yeah. Their knight has limited squares, so I can trap it. Had to come to c7 to keep b7 protected. This is a pretty common fork in the opening. Maybe knight c4? Yeah, because knight takes e3 if they took my rook, and I defend the other rook. Can I just take that? I don't want to take knight because they have mate, but I can just take queen. Fork. Fork. Yep. Rook c8 looks good, but rook b4 looks better because my rook was hanging at the end after I play rook c8 if I grab stuff. I can take here, and when they take back, I take their queen. I don't take e1. They threaten mate, so I have to be a little careful. Bishop b4, they take my queen. That was silly to look at. Oh, queen g6, I threaten mate and defend g2, so I have to give up the queen to stop it. I looked at that move at first, but then I guess bishop a2, because they're going to take the knight, but this way I can do something with the knight and trade eventually my bishop for something. I don't see it. Nope. Don't see it at all. Checks and captures, not leading me anywhere. Do I pile up on the pinned piece, play like rook d8? I don't... I don't even see a... Ah, bishop c2, remove the defender. Yeah, okay. When checks and captures don't work, I think the next thing to look at is attack with less. Can you attack something with something less valuable? Not seeing this one either. Oh, h5, the piece is trapped. Okay. Yeah, attack with less coming through. Removes the defender. It's queen g4 just mating. Looks like it. I want bishop f3 because I wanted rook h2, queen h4 after, but either piece they take back on f3, they can block on h3. So what am I missing here? Oh, just queen e5, knight e5, bishop f7. Bishop e2. I was too concerned looking, because the king has no squares, I was too concerned looking at that. Alright, 4D's pretty reasonable for me, but I'd like to, climb that leaderboard. Fork. Fork. I can just take. Yeah, check first, and take here and then here. Check, and I pick up their queen. Discovery on the queen. Mate in 1. I like getting mate in 1s. Alright, break the queen, pinning the pawn, and then I can take the knight. I want to play, I guess, start with the rook and then the queen. Yeah. I can take g2. That's a lot of material. e3 is a fork. I just have a knight? I guess it's mate then. I can take h2, and then I guess fork the bishop. h4, forks queen and bishop. Okay, I can give it up that way. Knight c4, the pawn's pinned, and it's a fork. I think rook d7, and queen f3. I can take on a8. Can I do anything better? I don't see it. I just get out. Take and then queen e2. Oh, no. Ah, queen e4 first. Okay. Or queen a4 instead, because this is mate. They get you sometimes with those you think you've seen, one tactic. I guess I just take and play queen g2 and win the endgame. c6, because knight b5 takes c3. Knight d5, do I remove the defender? Yeah. Bishop f3 removes the defender of g5. Queen d4. And knight e2 gets their queen. Queen h4 check, then hg4 wins a piece. I want to take on g2, but I cannot. What to do instead? Rook d5. Does that work? Yeah. d5 and e4? No. Oh, knight g4. They just can't defend f2. That's goofy. Did not see that. Okay, I guess I take on e1 and then take on g4. Just take b2. Queen g2 forks a8 and g7 mate. I can take on d4 because I have knight e6 after. That was an obscure one, I think. Can I just push the pawn? Apparently. Oh, bishop b6 first, yeah, because then king c8, queen a8 is mate. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 31. Let's keep going. Checkmate. Checkmate. Queen. Yeah, weird. They should just play queen g3. Wasn't sure of the punish, but it just seems such a good move. Yeah, get the queen. Sure. Let's take back king. I hope it doesn't matter in that one. It really shouldn't. Deflection. Take with the thing that breaks the pin. Mate in one. Okay, take and then take their queen. Queen f7 and then h7. This is the right way to take for mate. Let's chase the king. I don't have knight f7. Yeah. This looks like their queen's probably trapped. Good. Knight g3, grab the queen. Queen e5 forks d4 and mate. This bishop takes g2, deflects the defender with the rook. g3's hanging. Yeah. g3's hanging again. Or not hanging, but you know. Is this mate? Yeah, weird mate. I can just take. Sure. And rook f7. Yeah. Cool. Wasn't sure on that one. d6, I think we end up deflecting the defenders. Can I play f6? Their queen looks loose. Not? Ah, fork. Ah! I hate myself. What a horrible mistake. Just assuming the automatic. Move to somewhere that doesn't, you know, hinder what I'm doing. So easy to just lose a run doing something silly. Okay, I guess it's mate. Yeah. Oh, the rook defends it. Okay. Totally lost it. Alright. One more. Make sure you get the first problem right, because, you know, you have ample time. Alright, play checkmate in one. It's like, I'm going to mate on h7. Okay. You can throw in these checks. Knight d7's a fork. a5 is checkmate. Queen h8 is checkmate. And just take, and then defend. Check. Check. Trapped bishop. Checkmate. Let's get the move order right. I think start with the queen, bishop d6. Take with the queen is faster mate, of course. This is a fun maneuver. I always like this one, where the pawn's on f4. Alright, my king's attacked. I guess I have to do this and then start my own attack. Cool, get a queen. They often, like, if they don't... I like this kind of deflection. If they don't just give the queen there, it's like, I still have to prove a few more moves. And... I think they should probably make you prove those few more moves, I think. They often give you an easy time by just giving the queen. And I know that's like the best move according to the computer, but it's also the easiest move for a human to beat. Just take. Cool. Discovery. That's a cute way to win a queen. I can just take. Cool. I guess knight e2 cuts the queen off from the rook. My queen's defended, so I can just take. Cool. b4. Fork. Sorry for making the screen shake there. Does rook e3 work? I think so. Yeah, my queen's defended, and I wasn't back ranked. Ah, this one we already had. I have to take queen. Okay, so this is one of those ones where, like, taking a6 is so obvious, I assume there's something else, and yeah, queen b5 is a quicker mate, but come on. What are we doing here? I think this is checkmate. Okay, I can give up material, but... this is checkmate. That's a cute checkmate. Their queen defends their rook, but it won't defend their bishop after it recaptures. Huh. At least I got that one. That's a sort of obscure starting move. Probably rook d7, and they can't keep the bishop. Okay. I guess take here and then f7. It's not much material, but it's a little... Ah, this was the one I struggled so hard on the previous time. Alright, well, we learned. In between move. And can't pre-move just taking the rook. Knight b4. Nice use of a pin. Right, I want to play queen d5. I also want to disconnect their queen from their knight. Does their knight have any escapes? I don't see it. Cool. Alright, gotta get tempo against their queen. Now I can take... Bishop c3 removes the defender. No. Oh, I just take knight e4. Capture with the attacked piece. Duh. Knight e5 seems like a fork. Apparently have to take rook. Not sure why, but not going to spend too much time thinking about it because we have problems to solve. And I don't see it. It's hard to think it doesn't start with rook h4. Yeah, tricky. Don't think the queen can defend the bishop. Yep. I want knight f6, so I'll play knight f6. What do I want? I want bishop b5. Therefore, I will justify it. Knight d7? No. Knight c6. Queen b6. Ah, 48. Alright, that's pretty good. It's pretty late. I'm doing this. It's currently 2:30 at night. I'm going to try one more because it'd be cool to hit 50. Fork. Nope, not a fork. There's a c-pawn. Jeez. Win their queen. Okay. See, the cues are so automatic sometimes that you just automatically make silly moves. You see, I just want to play knight g4, but I can just take their queen. And knight g4 does nothing, but you're just used to solving tactics. That's the downside of solving tactics is you sometimes go into this autopilot mode that isn't good chess. But that's really a problem with, playing lots of blitz and bullet. Sometimes you just go into this I just make moves automatically mode, and those moves aren't great. You can just take, right? Yeah, and it's the checkmate. I like this knight maneuver. Discovery on the queen. This defends the rook and threatens things, yeah. Fork. Remove the defender, because I can take on d2 with check if they had taken on c6. This looks good, but isn't good enough. Is this better? Because queen e3 is mate. Didn't see that when I first made my move, or I would have made the better move. Queen d5 check. Nope. See, I just automatically want to make the wrong move. So if I take, they take my queen. I can take their queen. Can I desperado my queen? Maybe here? Bishop f7, of course. Discovery. Got confused trying to find it a different way. Making a mistake is, before I've gotten 30 or so, I feel pretty bad when I make a mistake, because it means I just don't really have a shot at a high score. But we're doing okay. Doing okay. Hit the rook and then take. Right. Gonna focus up. Can't take on f1. Wanted to take on f1 with knight d2. Bishop h2. Deflect the king. Kings are the easiest piece to deflect. In many ways, the worst defender. Drive the king away. Yep, worst defender. There you go. Just drop the bishop. Ooh, that rook on a8 looks juicy. Tasty, as some would say. Too much going on here. Too much going on here. No idea what's happening. Makes it a hard tactics problem just because, I think queen b4, though. And I come in, yeah. Okay. Bishop d6, no, bishop d6 after trading. So I'm going to check. Does queen h7 win? It's loose, the knight, and checkmate on h7. Take here so I can come into d6. And now, what's the killing blow? Do I just take? That's boring. Hoping for something better. So many heavy pieces coming in. Where's the vulnerable piece? Is it the knight? I think it's the knight. How do I save the rook, though? Oh, I can just take theirs. I think this is the only legal move, so I'll make it. I guess the queen's trapped. Weird. How can a move like rook g2 be wrong? Just can't be. Queen e3. That's cute. And we have more time. Nice. Okay, we gained a decent amount of time there. If we go fast... Knight c3. Knight c3 is check. They can't respond with rook d7. Close. Close. Okay. Okay, can we do one more? We can do one more. Want to hit 50. We can take our time. It's the first problem. Knight b6. Deflect the defender, king worst defender. Legal's mate or legal's mate, depending on who's pronouncing it. For a long time I did legals, and then I heard a bunch of strong players say legals, and so now I'm a snob that says legals. I'm sorry. Fork g2 in the knight. Weird fork, really long distance. Knight can't really stop the pawn. Knights are pretty bad at stopping pawns in general. As I said, I like these. Can I just take? Cool, apparently. Oh, I can take. Sweet. Now I have to save the bishop. Should be 5. I want to take on g7. Obviously I cannot. I can take on e4. I might have had, it doesn't matter now. Discovery on the knight. Bishop's trapped. Standard tactic in the French with queen a4. I fell for one of those fairly recently on video, and my opponent missed it, which was kind of them. Bishop d6. The queen looks stupid. Now I should take on b2. So presumably I have an in-between move. But what? Take on b2? I feel like I'd rather take the bishop. Okay. Threaten mate, and then take on a6, getting my rook out of danger. Remove the defender. I mean, I'm sure they're right in that last position, I guess I'm cautious about stuff like that. I guess queen takes. They're taking a lot of stuff, though. No. Pawn takes. No. I was thinking because bishop g4 coming. But do I have something better? Oh, this is checkmate. I just didn't notice my pawn there. Alright, well, not gonna score high this one. Alright, we ended that one. Okay, one last one for the night. I can get the first one right. I can get bishop b6. The knight's pinned. I can get queen e6 check. Knight h4. Checkmate in 1. As I said, I do like this pattern. I don't know if I've ever gotten it in any kind of real game. Queen takes d6. Remove the defender. Is checkmate in 1? Yep. We can get an in-between move here. e4, fork. Fork. Same fork, basically. Knight b3, and this is with check, so they don't get my queen. Queen e3 check. Take king. Cool. Oh no. Oh, their knight defends it. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough. What am I missing? Oh, queen takes d5. Just switch up the move order. This is hopeless. Okay, I want my one more to have a shot to hit high scores, so I'm starting over like a cheater. Rook h3. This is a long blitz tactics video, but I was feeling it today, and I thought I could put up a good score on video. And I'm still, hoping to. Though 48 is good. No problem with getting 48. That's a nice result. But I'd really like 50. We're going fast. Hopefully accurate. I gotta be careful because I'm gonna have this instinct where I don't see a problem quickly and I just make a move. And I should pause like I just did and make sure that I've got it. I don't know why they didn't play queen g4 though. The knight's trapped. Take on f4 first and then b5. Mate in 2. Does that deflection work? Their queen's on it. But they have to take queen, because if they take rook, I have mate. Check. Check. queen. Bishop f4, bishop c3, bishop f4, because their queen's on a bad square. Didn't see that at first. Rook c6 looks so promising. Do we give up everything? Sweet. Bishop f3, skewer. I think we already had that one, or very similar. Rook or queen? Rook, I think. Let's throw in taking here. How can that be wrong? How? Rook f5. Defends my queen. And take bishop, because that gets the queen. Okay, I was wondering why this was even a problem, but that explains it. That's not checkmate 1. Does get the rook. Oh no. They want me to win more. Okay. Well, I'm not going to hit 50 today. All very sad. Right, that's pinned. That makes sense. I do just wish they could just, give you those. What am I missing? Rook f3, rook e1, rook e2. I mean, in a real game, rook e2 looks pretty good, but... Oh, queen takes. Oops, I clicked rook f3. But I meant to play queen f2, king f2, bishop g3. Alright, I lied. One more. Last one. We're ending it here no matter what. I'm going to rock it off. This one's a pretty typical tactic in the King's Indian, which I should probably try to play someday. I think. It's an opening worth exploring. I feel like it's one of those openings everyone should play for at least a little amount of time, because it's just very thematic in a way that I think everyone should have some experience in, and I don't have that experience. Alright, I'm going to win the queen. Thank you. Okay, I hoped there wasn't a mate, because that would be very sad. I just take and move. In between move. Do I have anything else to do? I don't think so. Discovery on the queen. H3 and then queen h2. Fork. Fork. Impending fork. Slow. Can I take on b2? Their queen is defending a lot of things, so I guess. Now I can just take the queen, because they don't have a mate. They were threatening mate in the back with the rooks. Please have there not be, faster mate. Good. What's loose? I feel like the d file. Just a5. And how do I not get mated? Gotta run to the middle. Rook e1, skewer. Rook d7. I always like moves to set up forks. I was thinking of writing a course just about using knights. I think they're such a kind of fascinating and different piece. That may sound like the most obvious statement ever, but I had some ideas. Some ways to talk about knights that I thought were interesting and unique enough to make a real idea and concept. Stuff that's not been discussed in lots of places. It's a weird queen trap. Fork. I want to take g2, so I will. I want to take f3. This is the mate. Got to pay attention on those, because They always want to get you on, you did the wrong mate. The slow mate. Alright, if I take f2 and take c4. e6, does this win the queen? Oh no, there's going to be mate. Let's just take the... Oh. Mate in 2. I should have seen it. Okay, that was my fault. I can take on d7. But my move works! It wins! Queen h5, g6. What am I doing? It should just be queen h5. Or bishop e5. No? No. Yeah, just rushing to make a move. Alright, let's figure this out, though. Oh, just d4. Just attack the pinned piece. Okay. Well, hopefully I said something interesting there in my stream of consciousness. It is now almost 3 o'clock, so I'm going to collapse immediately. Good night.